Heyo everybody, Haku here with HaQ&A number 10. Pretty sure it is 10. I can't believe I always forget this every single time. But for this one, I think it's going to be mostly Tower of God. Just warning you all, maybe a little One Piece I think. But probably not too much Walking Dead. I did a bunch of extra ones last week, and last week's was super long, and I had the 9.5. So this week I don't think I have quite as many. So I don't think there's anything else I need to mention. So let's just go ahead and get into them, I suppose. First up, Sebastian Garcia says, I love this chapter about this week's chapter of Tower of God. And yes, same. I really love this. I am so into where this arc is going. I am really happy about this. Like, I'm hyped for Tower of God again. Like, this is really exciting. Not that I wasn't hyped before, but like, the Dollar Show was amazing. That was like the kind of arc that could blow you away. And then when we first came back from the hiatus, I really wasn't that much into the first chapter when we came back. But this is rolling again. This is really great. Mike Knapp said, I'm really enjoying Albelda getting a meatier part of this chapter. I'm also happy that we're seeing Rachel starting to use her own powers of manipulation, and she seems to have her own plan going forward. Now she can really shine as a well-developed villain with a deeper story rather than just that person everyone loves to hate for no reason. Yes, I am so happy that Albelda, I want to see much more of her. I want her to continue on with us after we leave the train somehow. Albelda is one of those characters that came along, and as soon as we saw her, I fell in love with the character. Kind of like with when we first saw Daniel, or when we got the reveal of Elliot. They're characters that as soon as I saw them, I love the characters. And also about Rachel, I love Rachel as a villain. Like, if you hate a character and they're a villain, that means they're a good villain. If you hate them for the shitty things they've done, not for being, poorly written. But people hate her for the shit she has done, so that means Rachel is a really good villain. So I really like this. And I also hope, like you said, that she does become a more powerful enemy. I want her and her team to just become sort of like powerhouses that are super difficult for us to defeat. No Consensus alerted me that the line fan translation was up for this chapter, and they think it's a lot better than the official. It has a nice flow to it. If you want to check out the line fan translation every week, you definitely can. I usually don't, but other people have been mentioning it, like on the Tower of God Reddit and stuff, but the official translation, it's been a bit hit and miss lately. There have been some, I don't want to say there have really been mistakes, other than that one part with Danwa and Barrow last week that I thought was a mistake. Other than that, there hasn't really been mistakes. It's been more like where I feel like their wording is really awkward, and it just seems like people don't really talk that way, and the wording is just sort of off. And they could have taken the same exact translation that they did and just worded it in a more natural way. Hard Under Blade reviews, talking on my top One Piece waifu. Again, check out that video if you haven't. I worked a lot on that one, so I really hope people enjoy that one. But they said the chapter for One Piece is coming this Thursday, unless I meant last Thursday, or do I read the official release? And also great choices. Thank you so much. For me, I guess I don't want to say that I don't read the official translation, because if I can get it, I will. But for when it comes to my live reactions and reviews and stuff, I do read the leaks that are out early. Because, if not, it would definitely be spoiled for me. In fact, just a few hours afterward, if I didn't read it, it would be spoiled for me. A few hours after the leaks first come out, it would be spoiled if I didn't. So, I do read the leaks when they come out, and then get the official translation when I can. But, yeah, I meant last Thursday, because I recorded the actual video for that video way last week, and it just took me a few days working on stuff like editing and the cards and stuff, and I had to like take a couple days off because of family stuff, so like it just ended up being posted like Monday, even though I had recorded it way last week. Lizon and Ed says, Sabam is going back to the rice pot and we're getting the character development for the others like I wanted. Yeah, I'm really loving this, where this chapter, what it all means. Like, we get Bam going back to the rice pot, so we didn't forget about that. That all gets tied up. And we get developments. Like, we're showing a little bit of all the side characters, and I'm really liking that we're doing that. Badir Productions saying Hatsu looks so badass. Agreed. I really loved the new sword, but more than that, I love the outfit. I love that it's sort of a traditional look, and Hatsu's personality to me fits that look a lot more than the look he had in Workshop Battle. Workshop Battle, I really liked the look he had, like, not talking about the disguise, but the actual stuff he wore other than the disguise. I liked that, but it didn't feel as much like the character, because in Volume 1, the character was super formal, and Kun would even make fun of him because of that. So, I am really liking that they went back to a more traditional look with him. Yurizuya White Bear Beppo said, Hatsu is looking real traditional and cool, but I'm still salty that he ditched the two-sword style. He could still have a second sword somewhere and still use the two-sword style, but yeah, I agree. I really liked that part of his powers and just the aspect of his fighting, but I think he'll have something probably new, probably really cool. It won't be any worse than the two-sword style, but it'll probably be different. But, I mean, I could always be wrong and he could still use the two-sword style, and we just don't know where the second sword is at this point. Vikas Chakravarthi, sorry if I pronounced it wrong, said, I think Wangnan will take training from the rice pot along with Bomb to unlock his potential. Wangnan was silent throughout the test to pass the 38th floor. Maybe he was thinking of something important. I want to know what you think of this theory. I think that's really good, and I definitely agree with it. I think we're going to be finding out soon, like at least by the 43rd floor, what Wangnan's secret is, or at least a bit of his potential and his secret, because I'm working on a video, it'll be up tomorrow. It's sort of a discussion in theory on who I think could make it to, who I think could make it on the floor of test, because I don't think they can take everybody, even if everyone wants to go, because just going to throw my theory out real quick, and then of course in the video I'll go in more detail. My basic theory is that, like, if there's no, like Kun brought up himself, that without a guardian to make a contract with on the 43rd floor, how will anyone use Shinsu? And we know that people can use Shinsu and it's probably weak. I'm thinking that Bomb will only be able to take the people on his team that meet these criteria. Irregulars, because they can bypass the rules and not have a contract. Princesses, because they have the extension of Zahard's power and are probably born with a contract. People from the 10 families, because they are born with a contract. People with ignition weapons, because the ignition weapon is the one that's like using the power, not the person themselves. And lastly, the human ignition weapons, or the Mad Dogs, because the Mad Dogs have 10 family blood. And that means that all of Rachel's team except Traveler that we know of meets all the criteria for that to be able to use Shinsu. So that leaves it so that Rachel's team can all go there, but Bomb only takes the people from his team that fit that description, like, say, for example, probably like Andrasi and Anak. Because we barely saw any of Andrasi and Anak in the workshop battle, but we saw a lot more of a lot more of Ship and Hatsu. I think maybe Ship and Hatsu will stay back on the train, and Andrasi and Anak will go and play a bigger part, being part of Bomb's Floor of Death team. So I think that, Vikas, your theory was definitely good, and I agree with it. I just, I have my own that it's going to be a full video tomorrow. Somebody with a Korean name that I cannot read, very sorry for being unable to read this, says, Tower of God is good to watch. Your review was interesting. Thank you so very much. Freddie Mercury, big fan, said, nice vid, subbed. about, I think it was last week's review. So thank you very much once again. Stacy Allen said, awesome prediction, talking about my Walking Dead prediction last week. Thank you a ton once again. Crimson Lynx said, nice video about my Pokemon Sun and Moon starters theory. Also going to plug my own video. Check that one out if you haven't already. But thanks a ton, Crimson Lynx. Kebrin, I think this is the last comment from this week. Man, I'm running through these. Yeah, it's the last one. Kebrin said that he'd definitely love to do a stream of some sort with me and other YouTubers. He has free time around Tuesdays and Thursdays, so if I organize something, let him know. I definitely will. I have Kebrin and 2 other YouTubers in mind that I might want to do like a weekly Tower of God stream, just discussing the chapter and stuff and theories and stuff like that for the week with. I didn't have time this week, and whenever I have time to like really sit down and work out all when it would happen and how it would work and what's good for everybody, when I have time to work all that out, I'll definitely be messaging the 3 people I'm thinking of, Kebrin being one of them. So I guess look forward to that coming sometime in the future, because it is something I'd absolutely love to try out. So yeah, that's it for your questions and comments this week. Definitely leave more if you want more answers. I kind of ran through these a little quick. But seriously, like the video if you did like it. Comment down there if you have any more questions or comments about anything. I am happy to answer them and discuss stuff with you. Subscribe for more of everything I mentioned in this video and more. So yeah, just check out the channel, subscribe if you want. Follow on Twitter if you want as well, because I'll keep you updated there as best I can. And that is it for this week's HaQ&A. Thank you so much once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.